involvement and extra efforts. Our
Senior of the Year
not only dedicated herself to academic accomplishments with a 3.95 GPA and perfect attendance, she was an active part of volunteering in the community by helping at assisted living centers, mentoring girls in her congregation, and repainting her local elementary school. On behalf of the students and staff at I Succeed, I would like to announce I Succeed's 2024 Treasure Valley Senior of the Year, Sariah Collings.
That's Sariah. That's here.
Sariah will now come to the stage to give her speech.
It's a long walk.
All of us have completed one of the most difficult phases of life, a journey filled with countless obstacles and uncertainties. We've been challenged and forced out of our comfort zones in the name of intellectual improvement. Friends were made and lost, relationships were formed, and some were broken apart. These past 4 years have been a whirlwind of diverse experiences, extracurricular activities, academic struggles, clubs, some that led us to countless triumphs, and sometimes seemed to doom us to just as many setbacks. With many of us juggling work, family, and social relationships on top of our classes, I have been able to see incredible examples of perseverance, strength, and determination. I Succeed has truly helped us prepare for our futures and encouraged us to reach higher than we thought possible. Yet, and I hope the teachers won't hate me for saying this, I have to confess that the most notable lesson I've taken away is not from any form of classwork or peer collaboration. It doesn't grow from an eye-opening science experiment or a cathartic lesson in English literature. Instead, perhaps the most startling revelation I've experienced relates to this cap and gown we all wear. I experienced this moment of pure education and knowledge the first time I put on my cap and gown and realized this is the closest thing that most of us will ever get to wearing an actual wizard's robe.
Woo!
Now, I'm unsure whether I am super stoked for this opportunity of wizardiness or disappointed that I'll never be as distinguished as Gandalf or have the opportunity to grow such a magnificent beard. Thankfully, the I Succeed staff has given me the honor of addressing you all on this momentous occasion, which does soften the blow of my lack of epic beard and matching outfit. All of you, wizards or not, have defied the odds and grown, matured, and held your heads high through these challenging years. Not only did we have to face the challenges demanded of an online high school, but we had to do so during a global pandemic, a unique trial rarely experienced in human history. COVID officially started in January 2020 when the majority of us were freshmen. On top of the confusing time of new schools, new curriculums, and raging hormones, the entire world was thrown upside down. All schools had closed by late March to mid-April, leaving teachers unsure, students without guidance, and families without necessary childcare. The experience wounded us all, and we were all scarred. But I hope those scars, though not all visible, will remind us forever of the importance of treating others with compassion and understanding, of finding ways to help others instead of looking for ways to bring them down. I remember my parents sitting me and my siblings down on our couch telling us that the flu-like illness going around had drastically spread, that all stores, gyms, churches, arcades, and other entertainment venues, as well as businesses too numerous to mention, were going to close for the safety of our country. They assured us that there was nothing to worry about and that we, being a healthy family, would all be okay. Thankfully, they were right in that respect, and my family was very fortunate, and we turned out to be physically okay. However, the scars that developed in my family and in yours remain. People are still afraid of getting sick all these years later. People worry about government control and desperately miss the sense of unity that so many of us once took for granted and which many of us lost during lockdown. Desperate for neighborhood gatherings, going to parks, or hanging out with at-risk loved ones. As I said before, these wounds have become scars that we can use to remind us to be caring and to help and to lift up. But there's also a danger in those scars, even more danger in the wounds that are unhealed. People have taken their feelings and opinions to the extreme and forgotten that part of living with others is the ability to find common ground with people we disagree with. Political parties and others in power have spouted lies and misinformation in an attempt to manipulate citizens to join their cause. This sense of violence, anger, and contention is not what the Founding Fathers intended for their wonderful country. In his farewell address, our first president, George Washington, stated, "The alternate dominion of one faction over another is itself a frightful despotism, and the disorders and miseries which result gradually incline the minds of men to seek security and repose in the absolute power of an individual." He may not have seen COVID, but 227 years ago, George Washington foresaw and feared many of the problems we now see today, as people forget their basic kindnesses and replace them with anger and intolerance. Now, I do want to make clear, I am not saying that we have to agree with everybody or think everyone is doing the right thing, no matter how much they insist they are. It is simply illogical to ask for or to expect that. However, I do wish to urge us all, as we enter the next phase of our lives, to remember the advice given to many of us by our parents. Treat others the way you wish to be treated, with kindness and with respect. You don't need to agree with everybody to be kind to them. Arguing with bullies gives them power, and the best way to deal with them is to ignore them. You don't need to have the same opinions as another to be friends with them. You can disagree on important, even fundamental issues without it turning into a battle of fists, ethics, words, or emotions. As we all graduate today and move on into the realm of adulthood, I hope we can remember kindness. I hope we can be kind in our thoughts and let those kind thoughts become kind words and turn those kind words into kind actions that will make the world a better and brighter place. Unkind people exist and tempt our spirits every day with their insecurities and poor behavior. Yet we do not find strength or power when we let our emotions take over or when we seek vengeance or retaliation. We find strength in trying to make a circumstance better with kindness, or in some cases, in the powerful act of simply walking away from a bad situation, a toxic relationship, or even a soul-crushing job. In 1938, Harvard University began a study to discover what led to long and healthy lives. Known as the Harvard Study of Adult Development, the scientists finally concluded that happy relationships influence our lives more than genes, IQ, or social class. Let me say that again. The quality of our relationships will make a bigger difference than what any of us look like, how smart we are, the kind of house we live in, any of that. And kindness, respect, and trust are the foundation of building healthy relationships that can last and positively influence our lives and the lives of the children we may one day have. Your journey thus far is a witness to your tenacity, and I do not doubt that we will all do our best to inspire and positively impact our world. So I ask, or even beg, remember to be kind. In a world so full of unkindness, remember that we cannot choose whether our words or actions will influence people or not. Our only choice is whether we will be influences for good or for bad. Mandy Mass, an author and winner of the American Library Association's Schneider Family Book Award, says, "Be kind, for everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about." The thoughts and actions of another might be a testament to how they truly feel, or they might be a call for help. The irritating commenter on the YouTube video might be a troll, or they might be looking for a way to have a conversation in which they are not allowed to have at home. The rude chat message sent to you on your favorite video game might be the angry screaming of a provocateur, or a cry for help from somebody who desperately needs support and friendship, someone who is willing to change but doesn't know how to do it alone. Congratulations, all of you, on your graduation. You have all done so well these past years and have shown time and time again your resilience and perseverance. Your teachers are proud of you, the staff is proud of you, and they are so sad to see you go, but so happy to know that you're ready to achieve your dreams, ready to make your next choices, and ready to take on this world. Throughout this messy time of conflict, rage, hate, and the anger of others, I am confident that we can work true magic, that as we turn the other cheek, we can transform the world around us from the nightmare it so often is to the fantasy wonderland it may one day become. I am proud to have you all as members of my class and to call you my fellow wizards. And I look forward to seeing the magic you will do. Thank you.
wizard,
quality
good wizard.
comprehensive school program for students across Idaho is quite a heavy lift. In fact, in the school